மார்கழி திங்கள் மதி நிறைந்த நன்னாளா 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 நீராட போருவி பொதுமினோ நேரிழி நீராட போருவி பொதுமினோ நேரிழி ஸ்ரீமல்குமாய் பாடி ஸ்ரீமல்குமாய் பாடி செல்வ சிறுமிதார் ஸ்ரீமல்குமாய் பாடி செல்வ சிறுமிதார் ஸ்ரீமல்குமாய் பாடி செல்வ சிறுமிதார் கூந்தல் கொடிந்தோழிலன் நந்த கோபன் குமரன் கூந்தல் கொடிந்தோழிலன் நந்த கோபன் குமரன் ஏகாந்த கண்ணி யசோத இளம் சிங்கம் 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 கார்மேனி செங்கல் கதிர்மதியும் போல் முகத்தார் கார்மேனி செங்கம் கதிர்மதியும் போல் முகத்தார் நாராயணனே நமகே நாராயணனே நமகே பறை தருவான் நாராயணனே நமகே பறை தருவான் நாராயணனே நமகே பறை தருவான் பாரோர் புகழ படிந்தெல்லோரெம்பாவார் பாரோர் புகழ படிந்தெல்லோரெம்பாவார் மார்கழி திங்கள் The next pasanam is Vayattu Valveergal Namum Nambavettu, and Ragam is in Arabic, set in Chaputam. Vayattu Valveergal Vayattu Valveergal Namum Nambavettu Vayattu Valveergal Namum Nambavettu Vayattu Valveergal Namum Nambavettu Vayattu Valveergal Namum Nambavettu செய்யும் செய்கள் கேளீரோ பாத்தட செய்யும் கிரீஷைகள் கேளீரோ பாதடலுள் ஐய தூயன்ற பரபரடி பாடி ஐய தூயன்ற பரபரடி பாடி ஐய தூயன்ற பரபரடி பாடி ஐய தூயன்ற பரபரடி பாடி நெய்யுண்டோ பாருண்டோ நெய்யுண்டோ பாருண்டோ நாட்டாலே நீராடி மையட்டு வேதோ மலரேட்டு நாமுடியோ மையட்டு வேதோ மலரேட்டு நாமுடியோ செய்யாதன செய்யோ தீபுரடை சென்றோதோ செய்யாதன செய்யோ தீபுரடை சென்றோதோ ஐய பிச்சாயோ ஆதனையும் கை காட்டி ஐயாவும் பிச்சாயோ ஆதனையும் கை காட்டி பொய்யும் மாறன் நீ பொய்யும் வையத்து வாடின ஓங்கி உலகளந்த உத்தமன் பாடி ஓங்கி உலகளந்த உத்தமன் பாடி ஓங்கி உலகளந்த உத்தமன் பாடி ஓங்கி உலகளந்த உத்தமன் பாடி நாங்களம் வைக்கு சாற்றி நீராடினார் நாங்களம் வைக்கு சாற்றி நீராடினார் தீங்கின்றி தீங்கின்றி நாடெல்லாம் திங்கள் முமாரி பெய்து தீங்கின்றி நாடெல்லாம் திங்கள் உடுகயலுகள பூங்குவளை போதில் பொறிவண்டு கண்படைப்ப பொங்குவளை போதில் பொறிவண்டு கண்படைப்ப தேங்காதே போக்கேருந்து சீத்தமுனை பற்றி தேங்காதே போக்கேருந்து சீத்தமுனை பற்றி வாங்க கூடம் நிறைக்கும் வாங்க கூடம் நிறைக்கும் வள்ளல் பெரும் பசுக்கள் 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 நீங்காத செல்வம் நிறைந்தெல்லோரெம்பாவாய் நீங்காத செல்வம் நிறைந்தெல்லோரெம்பாவாய் நீங்காத செல்வம் நிறைந்தெல்லோரெம்பாவாய் ஓங்கி உயர்தனம். This is fourth pastram, Aazhimazhai Kanna, Ondru Nee Kaigarave, and set in Ragam Varali, Tanam, Chakam. கண்ணா ஒன்று நீ கைகரவே ஆழிவழி கண்ணா ஒன்று நீ கைகரவே ஆழியுள் போக்கு முகந்து கொடாதே ஊழி முதல் ஊழி முதல் உருவம் பார்வை கருத்து 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 ஆழியன் தோளுடைய பத்மநாபன் கையில் ஆழியன் தோளுடைய பத்மநாபன் கையில் ஆழி போனில் போலின்றதிந்து ஆடி போலின் வலம்பொறி போலின் கதிந்து தாழாதேசாலம் புதைத்த சரமழை போ தாழாதேசாலம் புதைத்த சரமழை போ வாழ உலகினில் பெய்திடாய் நாங்களும் வாழ உலகினில் பெய்திடாய் நாங்களும் மார்கழி நீராட மகிழ்ந்தோரம் மார்கழி நீராட மகிழ்ந்தோரம் The fifth பாசுரம் மாயனை மன்னும் வடமதுரை மைந்தனை. This is ராகம் கௌள தாளம் தேசாதி. மாயனை மன்னுவட மதுரை மைந்தனை மாயனை மன்னுவட மதுரை மைந்தனை மாயனை மன்னுவட மதுரை மைந்தனை தூய யமுனை துறைவனை யமுனை துறைவனை ஆயத்தினே தோன்றும் மணி விளக்கை ஆயத்தினே தோன்றும் அணி விளக்கை தோன்றும் அணி விளக்கை தாயை குடலகம் செய்ததாமோ தரனை தூயமாய் வந்து நாம் தூமலர் தூதி தொழுது தூயமாய் வந்து நாம் தூமலர் தூதி தொழுது வாயினால் பாடி மனத்தினால்
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Niyant, and today I'll help explain these beautiful pasarams in Andal's Tirupavai. First, our first pasaram in the Tirupavai is Margari Tingal Maday Nirande Nannalal. In this pasaram, a few gopis invite the other gopis from among the 500,000 families in Tirayapadi, Gokula, to rise early and to join them so they can all go together in a group and ask Lord Krishna for a pare, or a drum, symbolic to Purusartha, or the goal of life. Here, we are introduced to the concept of satsang, or pursuance, of the spiritual goal in a company of like-minded seekers. Our second pasram is Vayita Varvilhal. In this verse, the gopis are describing the vow that they will take, that they will be performing, and the austerities they will undertake. They will sing the praises of the Supreme Being, said to be reclining in the yogic trance upon the serpent couch, Anantasesha, infinity, in the sea of milk, the cosmos, contemplating upon the welfare of all beings, sentient and insentient. The feet are the objects of worship because the devotee considers him or herself so humble that she or he is unworthy to even look upon the body or the face of the Supreme Being. This verse highlights the do's and the don'ts for the interested aspirants who want to reach their goal. The third pasram Andal writes is Ongi Ulahandala. In this verse, Kode, which is another name for Andal, prays for her obeisance to the incarnation of Vamana, in which he appears as a young student, a brahmacharin, to ask for 3 strides of land from the poised and generous but supremely egotistic and acquisitive demon king Bali. The land was granted, and the Lord immediately expanded his form, and in 2 strides covered the entire manifest of the universe. He expanded to such sizes where he stepped on everything in the world, but in the universe. But he had one more step, and he asked Bali where the third step should be placed. Bali bowed his head for the Lord to step thereupon. Bali was pushed down into the nether regions and was granted immortality and sovereignty over the nether worlds. The Acharyas praise his incarnation above the others because everything belongs to the Lord to begin with. Yet he takes the form of a poor Brahmin boy and goes to seek a favor from a mere human being. In contemplating upon his most compassionate of the divine incarnations at the outset, and stating the result that they hope to obtain, Kodai is expressing her great confidence in being able to secure the grace of the Lord. Next, we have Are Marikanna. Here, Kodai is the name for Andal. She again stresses her desire for rain and to address the invocation of the rain god Varuna. He is not addressed as an independent deity, but is referred to as an executive of the supreme being, Krishna. After poetically describing the precipitation process, she requests Varuna to assume the dark blue form of Krishna, who is the primordial cause of the universe. Krishna is known as Megha-shyama, the cloud-colored one. Kodai now uses similes of Krishna's three weapons to describe the phenomena associated with rain. The lightning is likened to the discus Sudarshana, pleasing to behold. The discus, which moves at the speed of light, represents the universal mind. It is discharged for the punishment of the wicked and the salvation of the devotees. The conch, Panchajanya, was born of the sea, from the primordial ocean creation. It is symbolic of the emanation of the cosmos and of the sound of Omkara. It is tumultuous sound is meant to proclaim the Lord's saving grace in his incarnation as Sri Rama. The Lord used the bow, Saranga, to defeat the demonic host of the Rakshasas led by Ravana. Here the bow is invoked to destroy the demon of drought. Next, we have the fifth and final pasuram we'll be learning about today. Mayani Manna. In this pasuram, Andal calls for all of her friends in Tirayapadi, which is Gokula, to undertake the vow of Margari Nomba. She started the first verse celebrating the Supreme Narayana, and in the second verse instructed the do's and the don'ts of the vow, and worshiped the Lord reclining in the milky ocean. In the third verse, she explicitly conveyed the benefit to the world if they undertake the vow, and was reminded of the Lord who measured the worlds and showered his boundless compassion on one and all. In the fourth verse, she ordered Varuna to perform his duty in the specified way and got reminded of Sri Rama, to whose help various devas appeared in various forms. In the fifth verse, the gopis had a query. Even the so powerful Rama's crowning ceremony didn't happen on the day the great sage Vashishta marked. So how can they be sure that our vow will go on without any hindrance? Andal answers, we need to not cleanse ourselves of all of our sins to undertake this vow, since we are going to surrender to that Lord who is pure in all aspects and capable of burning all of our sins and making our vow successful. He's such a Lord who forgoes anything for the sake of his devotees. Kodai in this verse teaches the means of devotional service, making simple offerings of flowers, chanting Krishna's name, and silently meditating upon his refulgent form. The result of such spiritual practice is absolution of sins and the attainment of spiritual purity. Thank you.
Thank you, Niyanth. You did an outstanding description of the meaning of Andar with the slideshow. But for your help, we could never have done this. Now you try to bring in slide number 1. Let me explain the situation there. This is Andal. She has been, decorated. It looks like this is the Andal in Srivilliputtur. That is where she was born, and then there is a big temple there. The picture of the temple is in one of the slides. I will let you know. Change to the next slide. Here is Andal in the Utsava Murti. This is made up of the 5 metals, including gold. And this again, I think, is in the temple at Srivilliputtur, which is in the southern part of India, almost in the tip of Kanyakumari, close to, that one is not on the seashore. I'm not quite sure, but it is close to that, and she has been dressed up by the priest there in a different form. This is Pasuram number 1. Next slide, please. Slide number 3, please. Yeah, 3 here, just see. And here, the Srivilliputtur, the Perumal, the deity has been decorated as a gent, and that is Andal, after she had merged with the deity in Srirangam. And then the priest, is saying, that Andal is just in a lying down posture. You see, they're all very dedicated priests, they do alankaram every day, they take it as if Andal is their daughter or son, or the god as their own thing. And they take pride in doing alankaram and changing it every day. That is one of the things, you have many devoted priests in southern and also northern India. And it's very lucky to have a devoted priest at a temple, they say. Here in the fourth Pasuram, you can see the actual temple, in Srivilliputtur. Looks like this is the Srivilliputtur. Is one of the biggest temples in southern India. I want to say this is either second or third in height. We will try to bring in, Nitin will do a research on that temple structure and when it was built and what is the height. To my recollection, it is about 147 or 48 feet it is, but we will bring in more particulars with the collaboration of Jitin, and he will create a slide on the temple, on the architecture and the dimension and everything else. Next slide, please. Say the fifth, this one, just to see, this is, I think, just a picture it is. Andal is holding the parrot, that is her companion. And she's also holding the flower basket, that one. And she is wearing the garland, which was probably worn by Ranganatha himself. And then she always imagined herself to be a consort of Ranganatha or Krishna, and she didn't want to marry anybody else other than Krishna. That is right from her, probably, age of 1 or whatever it is. She has been dreaming about him. See, probably she has the smell of the Purva Janma, and she descended on the earth as a human being. And before that, as you know, Atma never dies. You never know what form she was in the previous birth. And I'm sure it's one of the births, and she just remembers and always dreaming about marrying Sri Krishna. That was her thing. All these things are not possible. We are trying to bring it. Our satsang very recently started, and we got the ability of the technology, which we are trying to learn every day. And we are also getting, the help of the younger generation, and we cannot do. I'm 82. You see, I'm just still learning to bring in these things to you. Unless younger generation with a better knowledge that one join with us as a team. And it is a teamwork, we have to salvage, not salvage, I wouldn't say, we have to save, and this one, the Sanatana Dharma is such a wonderful Dharma which has been handed over to us from our ancestors, they preserved it from time immemorial. You see, it's our duty equally to present it. I know we are all busy, there's only 24 days in a day, and we cannot expand it, but can we plan it better? I don't know. You only have to answer, Can we allocate our time a little better? maybe 15, 20 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour for devotional services. And one thing I want to let you know, you see, this is not just for our satisfaction we do that. See, we are doing it for the people. You don't know how many people see from where they are seeing, you don't know. See, I have been getting, emails and comments in the thing, and this is being seen and shown by the children of people who are in their sick bed in India and all over in Australia, in Indonesia, and in Japan. You see, all Indians, settled in all over, and some of the people of the elder generation, some of them are sick too. They are not able to go to the temple and visit, which they did when they were young and energetic. But today, just see here, even in USA, today, even though I was visiting Bari every day, I have not been going there ever since March. When the pandemic thing occurred, every doctor advised not to expose. So you are kind of reluctant to expose. At the same time, you don't want to leave your spirituality. How do we balance? We got to keep on thinking of inventive way of how we can improve our presentation. How can we reach to more people, And again, I appeal to you, some of my friends, and we have a very diversified devotee here in Bari, please listen and then see how you can help us to enhance this program so that it can appeal and reach and touch the heart of every community. With this appeal, I'll conclude today's satsang. Thank you, Jitin. Thank you, Mr. Srinivasan, and the other youngster. I didn't get his name yet, but I will memorize, that one. Thank you. Thanks a lot. You can tell your name if you like. Turn on the mic and tell your name, youngster. Introduce yourself if you can. I'll give you 2 minutes.
My cousin is Niyant.
Introduce yourself.
And I'm Jayant.
The one nice. நீ பாடினது ஜெயந்த்னு சொல்லு.
Niyant, introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Niyant.
Our initiative. Niyant is a 7th grader. I think he is 13, a very, very intellectual guy. And he has been helping me on my first request. He delved deep into the website. He and his sister, his cousin sister, uncle's daughter, she's about 16. She also participated in our program. She's a great singer too, And she and Niyant worked as a team and developed all these slides. We only stopped with the 5th. They will be developing 30 slides. Look forward for each one of the day a new slide. Thank you, Niyant, and try to participate every day if it is possible. With that, let me turn off, and we are